So if there's been a story that has been trending over the weekend is a story about a lady who is in Vietnam. She was arrested back in 2023, if I'm not wrong, for possession of drugs over 2 kg of cocaine, and she was sentenced to death because the Asian countries, they don't play around with drug trafficking because of the damage that it has done to their community. So Kenyans have been trying to seek for the president to go and talk to the Vietnamese government and try to release this young middle-aged lady. And we're going to look at what her family responded. And they gave a statement early this, I think it's on Saturday or something. So I want us to dig deep into this story and try and uncover, is she lying? Is she a drug dealer or is she a victim of circumstance? Okay, let's see what her family has to say about her death sentence.
Na saa hizi tunaongea hivi, uhai wake unahesabiwa madakika. Naomba tu tusaidiwe na government. Sisi hatuna uwezo ya kutoa mtoto wetu huko. Naomba tu mtusaidie mtoto wetu arudi nyumbani.
You can tell that the family members are devastated by this turn of event about their loved one. And it would hurt anyone to lose their family member in such a cruel manner, because the Kenyans have been saying this is kind of cruel to unalive somebody for having possession of of drugs on their luggage. But that's what the system in the Vietnamese government, that's what the constitution mandate. If you are caught with over, I'm not sure how many grams of hard drugs, they sentence you to death. They don't play around with drugs over there.
Naomba kwa heshima President Dr. William Samoei Ruto uweze kusikia kilio cha mama kutoka jamii maskini.
In an emotional interview with NTV, Nduta's twin sister expresses her desire to reunite with her sibling, who is set to face the hangman's noose on Sunday.
The hangman news, like, I don't understand how they... Was that supposed to be satire, to join the hangman's news? Why did he say that?
Bila shosho yangu alisikia, hatawaiona mjukuu wake tena. Alituacha na alizikwa jana.
They recounted their poor background, saying Margaret's only dream was to work abroad and provide a better life for her family. Now she is facing execution. Nduta was arrested in July 2023 at Tan Son Nhat International Airport in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam.
So yeah, that's basically the rundown about Margaret Nduta's story. But there's some inconsistencies, and I don't mean to pray to become the black sheep into this story, because this is a very emotional story and a very heartbreaking story for someone to lose their life. If it was up to me, I think death sentence because of possession of drugs. I will not do that. I will not sentence a person to death because they are in possession of drugs. But Vigilante is not the president of Vietnam. All I can do is give my opinion based on the matter. But you have to understand, in that country, drugs is something that they have dealt with for a long time, and they have lost people because of illegal substance abuse. And that's why they do not play around with the drugs being brought into their country. So this lady, one thing that has got me confused is about how she was arrested. Allegedly, there's information out there. Some people claim she was paid 165,000 Kenyan shillings for this transport. And it is also alleged that she did not even board her flight from Jomo Kenyatta Airport. It's alleged that she traveled through bus into another country, and she connected flights all the way that led her to get arrested in Vietnam. I'm not sure how credible that information is, but if it's true, personally, if that's what really happened, it means she's not a victim. It's something she has been doing for a long period of time. but it's something that I cannot confirm nor deny. It's something that I've seen on social media, and the Kenyans have taken it to X, and they have reacted based on the issue concerning Margaret Nduta. So we're gonna read some of the tweets from Kenyans, and let's hear some opinions from angry Kenyans, or some people might say pitiful Kenyans. Kenya is always divided. So let me see what some of the Kenyans are saying. Shiola Ad says, can anyone give me 2 reasons as to why we should defend Margaret Nduta? She was carrying over 2 kgs of drugs. She was paid 167K to deliver the drugs. Those drugs would have ruined families in Vietnam and Laos. And unlike Kenya, the law is working in Vietnam. So make us understand. Kenya is a country that it's always divided. One person will say this, another person will say that. You'll never have people agree to one thing unanimously. It's always divided. So, but I also understand where Shiola is coming from. If it's true, as I said, if it's true, she was actually in possession of these drugs and she had the knowledge and she was actually paid to deliver these drugs. I had a debate yesterday concerning the same matter, and we came to a conclusion that every action has its consequences. And it also proves to me how negligent and how she didn't even bother to ask, because people are saying she didn't know that the drugs were in the bag that she was given to carry to Vietnam. Wakenya wanasema she was used, she was naive. But that's the thing I was saying yesterday, that the ignorance that most of us have. Juu kama ni ukweli udem hakuwa najua there was drugs in that bag. If it was me, na umenikujia umeniambia vigilante iko hivi, like, I know you're traveling to Vietnam and I want you to take this bag and put your luggage in it and you're going to give it to another person once you arrive in Vietnam. Nitajuza maswali mingi. Like, we tumelelewa Nairobi na tunajua never trust anyone in these streets of Nairobi. So Miss Jui aje, and she's actually 32 years of age. I don't understand how she was convinced. You might claim, like, somebody who is 32 si mtu anaanza life. Si mtu anaanza maisha mtu ako 32 years old. Ni mse ameishi, unajua ingekuwa ni dem ako 21, ako 22, tunaweza sema somebody probably took advantage of her. But her age, and I'm not trying to blame her or anything. I'm just saying, but that age that she is, 32 years of age, ni age unafaa kuwa very aware and very woke on what happens on these streets of Nairobi. So mi sielewi aje, like, you take a bag, no questions asked, unazibeba tu unaenda nazo. I still don't understand that fact. And kuna mwingine pia alitweet kitu ingine hapa. Let me read another tweet. This one is by Dev. Anasema, extremely sad and fateful. But think about it. Had she stolen a phone in one of our Kenyan streets, the mob would have torched her to ashes. It is what it should be. So, as I said, Kenyans are divided. Utaipata wa Kenya, they unanimously agree to something. Itakuwa, and kuna kwangana trolls on social media. So, there's people who have actually mastered the art of trolling. Na ukiangalia hii tweet vizuri, it has over 44,000 views in the last 13 hours. So umse unaweza pata probably is doing that to rage bait people and to make his account relevant, but I could be wrong. Kuna mwingine hapa anaitwa Cornelius Mambili anasema, Kenyans sympathize too much. What if she was indeed involved in the drug trafficking and her 40 days had reached? Kikuyus will do anything for survival, not thinking of the harsh consequences. That is Cornelius. That's what he had to say about the matters concerning Margaret Nduta. Give me your comments down below. What do you think about what Cornelius said? Do you agree or do you disagree with what he has said? Larot Tim anasema, why allow our own to be tied outside our country and face such judgment when we have a very good courts to handle such cases? Are there Vietnamese living in Kenya? Ficheni tafadhali, Kenya wako na hasira. So, Larot, acha nikuambie, like, You know, once you're charged outside this country, unajua hii ni kitu mna misconstrue and you think because she's Kenyan lazima arudishwe kwetu ndio akuwe trialed. Bro, like if you're arrested in the US and you broke the law in the US, Kenya has nothing. You didn't break a Kenyan law. You broke a US law. Who dem, she did not break a Kenyan law. Okay, pia ingekuwa Kenya, that's breaking a law, having drugs and doing all that. But who dem, she was arrested in Vietnam and she'll be judged and she'll be sentenced according to the Vietnamese law. As much as you people want to claim it's harsh, it's brutal, that's what the law says in Vietnam. Watu wako Vietnam, they probably know that citizens who are in the Vietnamese wanajua they're not supposed to be caught with drugs whatsoever because the penalty is death to be unalived, you know. Na kuna ingine pia hapa hivi niliona msee anasema anaitwa Box, I could be mispronouncing your name, anasema is the government cannot protect its citizen, we will. So all the Vietnamese should start leaving this country. This is a dumb tweet, to be honest with you, because the Vietnamese maybe who are in Kenya right now, they have not broken any law. You know, she broke a law in Vietnam and she has been trialed in the Vietnamese way. Even if it was a Vietnamese person who was caught possessing this amount of drugs, they would have faced the same exact penalty. They will be unalived. There's no questions asked. So there's no need for you to turn on innocent people who have come to Kenya to tour and, you know, to promote our tourism economy. You know, they have nothing to do with this case. So, Box, tafadhali, don't spread that propaganda around. It's so sickening. Like, this is what we call brutality. Like, you want an eye for an eye, but the person you're going to attack has not wronged you in any sort of way. So tafadhali msianze kugeukia foreigners who are in this country because they have not broken any law. Waki break the law, they will be also trialed into the Kenyan system, and they will be sentenced according to the Kenyan constitution. Kuna mwingine tu hapa committee alumni anasema let's not sympathize much. Remember, even our president himself knocked a foreigner some days ago and he has not spoken anything after the incident, and the guy was in Kenya legally. So as we want our people to be treated well, why they go wrong outside, let's also treat guests. I don't understand your part ya mwisho alikuwa jaribu kusema nini, but there was this another story that was trending over the weekend about I think he's a UK citizen, elderly guy. I think he was in his 70s. Aligongwa by the presidential motorcade. And people, as I told you, like Kenyans are always divided in every issue. So kuna wase wanasema they did not do it intentionally, it was an accident. And then there's another group that says they did that intentionally. But from me, not trying to dwell into the issue, you know, me, I classify it as a road accident. They happen all the time. I saw a stat that says over 3,000 Kenyans die every year from road accidents. Over 3,000. So this is just a case of being at the right place but at the wrong time. Because tunajua magari za presidential escort venye huwa zinakimbia. That's why they closed the nini. I don't know how he was knocked, so I'll not comment much on the issue. But yeah, so Umse anasema like, why do you think the president is going to save this lady? And he literally said nothing about the foreigner who was unalived in Kenya. Huo ni committee alumni amesema hivyo. George Kim anasema Nduta knew about the deal and accepted down payment of $1,400. She knew the repercussions of such deals. And you know, mimi I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but nimeangalia videos za udem as she's been arrested and as she's being trialed. Mr. Wadangaya, like, from her face, and I'm going to put the video on the screen for you to see. I don't know why. I could be wrong, but Miss Yoni udem ni kama akona guilt. Like, hadi ukiangalia her facial expressions, you clearly see like there's that aspect of she knows she has been caught. Na so I am kind of mixed up on this whole scenario. So I don't know if she knew ama she legit was looking for a job, but me at the end of the day misjaisikia mtu anaenda Vietnam kutafuta kazi. Huko nasikianga ni watu mabiashara kubwa kubwa, maybe they are going to for business trips or something, but sijaiona mtu aenda kutafuta kazi ya nyumba ama nikasikia watu wametravel kwenda Vietnam. All I know is watu wanaendanga Gulf, watu wanaendanga US, watu wanaendanga Canada, Italy, UK, but to hear somebody go to Vietnam na country kama China for kazi za nyumba, mi sijaisikia hiyo, to be honest with you. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, somebody please rectify me in the comment section. I don't want nobody to take me out of context. Sindo? Alafu kuna tweet ya mwisho hapo hivi bado from the same guy Books, ule wa kwanza anasema, okay, all the Vietnamese in Kenya should start living because if they do not, they will face the same consequence. This guy was alikuwa anaendelea na this propaganda that we should attack innocent tourists in Kenya. So history ya Margaret Nduta imeshtua watu, and pia sijui if she's actually going to be sentenced to unaliving today ama amepewa extension. Siko sure kabisa because pia hii issue yake ya kuwa unalived, sijui ananyongwa ama anaekwa lethal injection. I don't know if it's going to happen today ama imeextendiwa by 6 months, because on social media naona kuna wasa wanasema she has been forgiven. There's other people who are saying that she's going to be unalive today 8 p.m. So abu mtu aniambie the credible information, what is the final ruling about Nduta, and I'm going to pop a picture of her on the screen. Ukiangalia huu dem, kusema ukweli sijui ni juu alishikwa 2023. At this point maybe amesha make peace about her dying, but nikiangalia hii picha I don't see somebody who is panicking. Mi naona ni mse anakaa ni kama anajua ameshikwa and there's nothing she can do. I could be wrong. You know, people react differently to different situations. So, and maybe I'm being too harsh on her. So mtu aniambie like, do you think she has a guilty face ama do you think she's like confused? Because mi namwangalia hivi, kuna venye tu roho yangu iko zile za unajua. Alafu kuna picha ingine pia hapa hivi, I don't know why she's smiling. Is this a smile ama mi sijui ni nini, but kwa hii picha nakani kama she's smiling. But you know, yeah, so Margaret Nduta sijui kama she's gonna be unalived today ama atafanyiwa nini. So yeah, give me your thoughts about this issue in the comments below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. Turn on the post notification bell to get notified every time I upload a video. And I do live streams every single day, Monday to Friday, 10 p.m. So if you wanna come hang out with me on my live stream, tutaongelea pia issue leo kwa live, and issue yo mzungu and some other things that have happened over the weekend. So yeah, it's been your boy Vigilante. See you on my next video. Peace.